Hi everyone, I'm Hannah. Welcome back to the Britsent channel. Ever had guests round and not known what to say? Or are you nervous about having visitors over in the future? Well, I'm here to help. Let's look at some basic phrases, questions and ways of making small talk. Firstly, we should probably invite our guests in. The most common phrase we use to do this is, "Come in, make yourself at home." Of course, we don't mean this literally, it's just a way to be welcoming. But other variations include, "Come in, take a seat." "Come in and sit down." In a British house, there is usually a porch area where we can store shoes, brollies and coats. This is where most people offer to remove their shoes, but as you may know, this is not guaranteed, in which case you might want to ask, "Would you mind taking your shoes off?" Alternatively, you could tell your guest, "You can leave your shoes by the door," if you feel uncomfortable asking directly. Now the tricky part, making small talk. To be honest, we tend to ask the same polite questions to people visiting our home as we may ask business associates visiting our office. These centre around their journey or the weather. For example, "How was the flight?" or "How was the train?" or "How was the journey?" "Did you find us okay?" if you live with other people. Or even, "Was there much traffic?" or "How was the traffic?" Of course, you could also simply make a statement and wait for the other person to respond, such as, "I hope your journey wasn't too stressful," or "What a gorgeous day," or "Oh, what terrible weather we're having." Once your guest is inside, sitting down and comfortable, we like to offer them something. A natural way of doing this is to ask, "Can I get you anything?" Or, most commonly, "Fancy a tea? Coffee?" If you've lived in the UK, this may be when you'd hear the more informal terms for tea. These include brew and cuppa. We don't expect you to use these terms as they're very colloquial, but they are useful to know. When it comes to food, instead of asking, "Have you eaten?" we might ask, "Are you peckish?" If someone is peckish, they are a little bit hungry. We usually put some biscuits on a plate to be served with our tea and coffee, whilst telling our guests to help themselves. This is a polite way to give permission for the person to serve themselves. Help yourself to tea and milk. Help yourself to some shortbread. Another term you may hear as a guest is nibbles. This is used as a noun and refers to any small portions of snacks we can eat little by little, such as crisps, olives or nuts. It comes from the verb nibble, which means take small bites of something, like a mouse. So again, you could say, "Are you peckish? I'll get us some nibbles and you can help yourself." In the UK, we offer any builders, plumbers or electricians a cup of tea and a biscuit. As most of these tradesmen choose to drink their tea the same way, very strong and with sugar, this style of English breakfast tea has become known as builder's tea or builder's brew. Comment below if you've ever heard this term used in the UK. Fancy something stronger? In the UK and most of Europe, we often drink alcohol quite early, especially on a Friday or a weekend. In fact, any time after midday is considered normal. That's why we don't usually specify alcohol when we offer someone a drink. It is assumed it is an option. However, if you want to make it clear, say a beer or a glass of wine rather than saying alcohol. "Fancy a glass of wine?" "Can I get you a beer?" Once this has been drunk, we can offer a top-up, meaning I refill the person's wine glass or add more so their glass is full. We can use top-up as a phrasal verb or as a noun. "Shall I top you up?" "Can I get you a top-up?" When it comes time to end the night, you or your guest may want to call it a night. This means we decide to end the activity, whatever it may be, for that evening. For example, "I should call it a night. I've got work in the morning." "Right, let's call it a night." If your guests are outstaying their welcome, we often use the following phrases to politely hint that it's time for them to leave. "How are you getting home?" "I've got an early start in the morning, so I should probably get going." Right, well, it was lovely seeing you. Most British people say right and slap their hands on their knees just before they leave, so it's a useful gesture you can use to communicate. Right, well, it was lovely seeing you. Let us know below if any of these phrases are new, and we'll be responding to our early viewers as always. We've got some great related content linked below, so make sure you check it out, and I'll see you next time. Bye!